if my life doesn't have enough going on right now. You gotta give me one more thing to deal with. Oh, a review show with a pony? Oh, that's never been done before. And even better, let's bring it back for another season. Oh, that's a good idea right there. Well, I guess it's time for the blood pressure to rise again. Hunter Reviews Season 2. Hello, my name is Hunter, the movie reviewing pony who decided to come back for another season despite the fact that the universe is giving him strong hints that it's time for a career change. But we're back! And we don't have Greg's stupid cat this time! Unfortunately, we couldn't get rid of Greg. No one even told me what today's movie is! So it's December, the wind is blowing, the snow is falling, it's a merry time all around, and there's one thing on everybody's mind. The war on Christmas. Yep, that's right, we gotta win it. I'm sure Mr. O'Reilly over here will agree with me on that. How you doing over there, man? I heard you guys elected a racist asshole into office. Oh, you are in for some fucked up news reports there, Mr. O'Reilly. I mean, they are gonna fuck you up. I give this Trump guy like a week, 6 months at most, before people start calling for impeachment. But we're not here to get political. It's a time for consumerism, and it's a time for you to use Santa as an excuse for your kids to be good. And unfortunately for us, the film industry is still stupid enough to fall for the holiday rush themselves. Because you know, nothing says Christmas like movie theaters. Okay, seriously though, they've been doing this for years, and I really don't understand why. There's just so many Christmas movies out there. Hanukkah? What's that? This is only Christmas. Well, let's get this over with. What's this? Oh, God! No, God, please, no! 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 This is a layer of hell, okay? It's a layer of hell, and it's one of the deep ones. It's so sickeningly dull. It's so sickeningly unfunny. And on top of it all, it's dangerously unentertaining. And it's slow. Oh my God, is this movie slow? 5 minutes feels like 5 hours. So much is out of character from the last 3 movies. All of the adults act like children. Not to mention, 4th movie? 4th? In a series of movies that should have only gotten 1! Who's buying this crap? It's crap! It's all crap! Who's buying it? This is like the bullshit you pull out of the DVD bargain bin because kids are stupid! Which is pretty much the only reason as to why these things have profited, is because kids are stupid. Expert level parenting maneuvers right there. Get your kids the cheapest movie on the shelf. Oh, here's a good Christmas movie. Quote unquote good. Just make sure little Billy never learns how to use a computer lest he see what you've been up to all these years. The time you have left for this hideous scheme is numbered. So, without further ado, I guess we best kick off Hunter Reviews Season 2 with the dog who saved the holidays. Start this season off with just a nice big dose of pain. So our film opens up and we see that our source of suffering hasn't changed. Hybrid is still very much in charge. Or you may think you're in charge. Mister, I'm gonna copyright 2 of our videos at the same time. You may think you're in charge of the situation, but I don't need evidence to prove that you're a dying company. I have more followers than you on Twitter. Wait a second, what's this? is just deserving of a nice tall glass of fuck you. So the movie opens up in the most annoying way possible, as we discover that Zeus can unfortunately still talk.
Boom! Shebang! What am I thinking? We're going to California. I'm gonna sweat my fur off in this thing.
And it was Hunter's most depressing Christmas ever. I mean, come on! At least a talking cat made the fucking mouth move! I shouldn't have to make that comparison, okay? I shouldn't have to. Also, I find it terrible how they clearly put dog treats inside of the bag so it would look like he was digging through it. Also, is it just me, or is this a different dog? Because it really looks like a different dog from the other two movies.
Hello?
Look, movie, I'd hate to rain on your parade. Well, actually, I love to rain on your parade. So if the dog is dead, stop making movies!
George? Is that you? George! Did you have that shrimp toast from the...
Yeah, I got a problem with it. First of all, this whole exchange isn't funny. She just thinks that she's talking to George, but in reality, she's talking to the dog because she's stupid. Second, why the hell is she here? Do you seriously want to hold on to this character so badly? She's been useless for the past two movies. You've done literally nothing interesting with this character. In one movie, you had her talking on the phone, and then in the other one, you had her come in at the very end to go trick-or-treating. She was only useful in the first movie as a plot device. I don't know why you're holding on to this character. She's not funny, she's not appealing, and she's certainly not contributing anything to the movie.
Back at you, Grandma.
So this movie takes place in California, Los Angeles, because nothing says Christmas like a place where it never fucking snows. Whose idea was this? I mean, I'm not saying that California can't have Christmas, but whose dumb idea was this for a movie? So they get to California and they go to this rent-a-car place, and immediately, just immediately, the film starts getting uncomfortable.
I think your hormones are driving you crazy.
Don't be so thick,
Stop! 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 Who the fuck are those two? I can assure you with 100% certainty that these are not the kids from the last two movies. So what, if the other kids just get too old, you just replace them?
This is the busiest time of year.
Okay, but you don't need a reservation if you have a little Bannister charm.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Bannister charm. That's why in the next few seconds she's saying this to you.
Hey, it's Christmas, the busiest travel time of the year. I can't even rent a car without a reservation. People don't understand the importance of reservation. It means to reserve. It means to put
Yes, the importance of reserving a car. That's why you decided to hold up everyone else in line so you could explain it to these two. I mean, come on, you're the one going on about how it's the busiest travel time of the year. Why are you letting these two hold everyone else up? Also, there's a cat in the building. Just, I don't know why. Also, Zeus decides he's gonna chase this cat. I don't know why. Also, have to ask, does anyone work here? I'm seeing you go by all of these desks with no chairs in front of them and nothing on them and nobody sitting at them. There's like two other people that we see in this office that I'm assuming they're the only other two people that work here. And there's also a scene with a photocopier. I'm not gonna play it. You guys don't care, it's stupid and I hate it. And frankly, if I play it, you'll hate it too, so I'm not even gonna bother.
Timber!
Oh, my sweet Celestia. I don't think I can let that slide. This is one of the worst edited shots I have ever seen in a movie. Oh, and I've seen some bad editing. Some of you may remember the sled disappearing in Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. At least in that, they had to tell the kids to stand there and don't move while they move the big heavy sled out of the way. That had to have more effort put into it than this.
Ho, ho, ho?
Oh, fuck you, Zeus. And quite frankly, this voice acting, it's gotta improve, or I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get through this review. And there it is, folks. That's how you know this is happening. This is the movie. Also, apparently the intro credits aren't done yet. I figured they were, you know, since they stopped them. Maybe make up your mind about that? Or maybe, just maybe, don't stop the credits at all. Here's an idea, have them playing over that incredibly boring scene you just had. I'm also baffled that anyone actually wanted to be credited in this movie. Wow. People were actually proud of this. People. So then there's a scene of these two characters yelling across the street at one another over who's gonna have the best Christmas decorations. Cause you know, it's incredibly cutthroat. What the hell is it with Christmas lights? Why are they a big deal? Why does everyone take them seriously?
You see these assholes? They leave these lights on all night. And it's not like, no, they go off at like 12. No, they're on all frickin' night. I want that Yoda.
Size witch's cauldron on Halloween, then the 15-foot turkey float on Thanksgiving, and who can forget last Christmas's extravaganza? 24 wooden soldiers and a little drummer boy, fully animated.
That's great, dude. You want to throw away literally thousands of dollars just to outdo this old woman. That's great.
You're all so goddamn stupid. Oh, just so goddamn stupid.
No! That this season my house will be so brightly lit they'll be able to see it from the North Pole!
Yeah, no, physically impossible given curvature of the Earth and everything. I'd hate to get scientific on you, but I hate you. So this enormously big-ass house is where our movie will be taking place, and quite frankly, I do not know how they keep being able to afford these movie locations. I mean, how much does this set them back? Wait, it took 4 people to write this? How incompetent are you that you need a writing team of 4 people to come up with the story for The Dog Who Saved the Holidays? Also, is funny because George not able to get back out of truck. Oh, ha 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 ha. And look, it's so funny. They show it twice and he fall down.
I want to die.
So they all go in the house and look at the Christmas tree like it's the best damn thing in the universe.
Yeah, well, that's what happened.
Though I want to know, what different were you expecting other than a fucking Christmas tree? It's like you walk in, oh good, Grandma, no dead bodies and severed limbs decorating the tree this year. Where'd I pull that one out of? So then she comes in with this box, and they decide they're gonna open it.
Drum roll.
No, stop it! I hate it when kids do the let's slap our knees in the form of a drum roll thing. When has that ever been popular? Why is it a thing? Are you trying to appeal to anything by doing this? What purpose does it serve? Is the movie over yet? And it's a puppy. Oh boy.
Oh great, there goes the neighborhood.
Okay, don't fight. Here, let your... Oh my gosh, well, not only...
Then we're in Malibu. Yeah, that's a good cut, isn't it? But we're in Malibu. No! 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 How many fucking times are dumbass and dumbassy are gonna appear in these fucking movies? How many times you think you can keep reusing the same 2 fucking robbers? You 2 assholes are actually willing to come back for a 4th installment of this shitty franchise. There are 10 billion better things you could do with your careers. Come on, dumbass here, please! Can we just go back to the time where we fought each other in Mafia 3? And when I filled you with more bullets than necessary because I knew you were voice acting the guy? Come on, can't we just go back to those times? Remember, I shot you in the face? Wasn't that fun? And I did it purposely because I knew it was you. Fucking hell, it even looks like him! Don't you think that's more entertaining for your frickin' career? Don't you think that's better? I think it's better. I get to shoot you in the face a whole bunch. So these two have started up a mobile dog grooming company out of the back of a van. Even though, in the first movie, Dumbassier clearly stated that he was afraid of dogs. But I don't suppose you stopped to remember that, did you? Oh, continuity? What's that? And then this guy shows up. Oh boy.
Oh, Mr. Rowe, how are you?
Well, well. If it isn't dumb and dumber.
Nah, you see, you're out of date with your names. Right now it's Dumbass and Dumbassier. So this white-suited guy is a loan shark that they took money from to buy it. Greg, are you absolutely sure this is correct? You're kidding, right? These two went to this loan shark so they could open up their mobile grooming business.
Mr. Rowe,
How did you expect to pay this back exactly? This isn't how this business works. You need an actual business venture that you can actually profit off of within a course of a couple of months. You expected to open up an honest-to-God mobile dog grooming business and be able to pay this guy back? That is honest to God!
One of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
And I know! Because I am not alone on this!
about to confess, the reason that you don't have my scratch is because going into this mobile dog van grooming business was the stupidest idea that ever crossed your two feeble minds.
Even he thinks it! Even he thinks it! I'll ask it again. It took 4 people to write this? So since they clearly don't have his money, he's gonna chop out the... Wait, seriously? That seems a little dark for a kid's movie. He's gonna chop off their thumbs. No, I'm serious. He's gonna do it with one of those cigar cutting things.
Smoke.
And I'm not knocking that. Because I want that to happen. And unfortunately, that doesn't happen. Not only does that make me hate the movie even more, but unfortunately, it gives this movie what you may call a plot.
Go to this place. Now, you're gonna find a lot of things, but there's only one thing I want. There's only one object of true value, and that's the star.
So with that, you already know which house they're robbing, and all he wants is the star on the top of a tree?
Now, you bring me that...
You fucking idiot!
Also, he wants to grab the dog. That's not really important, I just thought I'd point it out. Seriously though, that's a cigar cutter! That model, you could actually buy that! It's $10 just to show off how cheap this movie really is! Hey, I gotta hit this movie at every opportunity I have! How about this? What's-her-face is pregnant and she acts like it's their first kid. In hindsight, I probably should have mentioned this earlier. It's a stupid plot device anyway. Seriously, she acts like this is their first kid when, from what I can tell, they've had like 6. Honestly, I don't know how many kids they've had. They keep changing actors! And the only reason I can think that they keep doing that is because the kids get too old. But this is the 4th installment of your franchise. You have to accept that that's gonna happen. Like the puppy, for example. Are you gonna replace the puppy when the puppy gets too old? Actually, no. The puppy's not in the last 2 movies.
Fucking why?
Then what the hell is the point of having her in this movie? If you're not gonna use her for the rest of the franchise, why even introduce her as a character? It's like if Obi-Wan Kenobi was in the worst Star Wars movie, but then wasn't in any of the other ones. So these two bring up the fact that George has been acting weird. Wait. You're noticing this now? George was a total fucking idiot for the past 3 movies, and now, now you notice that he's acting weird. But no, George seems to have forgotten their 20th anniversary, so all of a sudden, oh, now he's acting weird. I don't even know this conversation is supposed to entertain. It goes on, and it's not entertaining, it's not funny, it honestly doesn't accomplish much except plot development. You know they made 2 more movies after this one, right? So it's around this time that we learned that the puppy's not actually supposed to be chewing on those shoes. So Zeus, being the oh-so-clever fuckface that he is, tries to fix it with his mouth.
My Terragamo shoes.
Nice read there, miss. What, are you supposed to sound upset about this?
My Terragamo shoes.
It sounds like the first time she read the line. I also went and looked up what the heck Terradamo shoes are supposed to be. Guess what? They're boots. This whole bit is weird. Zeus gets blamed for it, and it's awkward, and she's actually legitimately, genuinely upset about this pair of shoes. And George lectures the dog about this like he actually understands. And you can see him jumping at them. You have a cookie there somewhere just to get him to follow you. Also, having dogs outside without a leash is definitely a good idea. Ugh. The worst part is that the music that they're playing over the scene makes you genuinely believe, oh God, this is actually happening.
Nah, it's the widow of some rich philanthropist guy, some kind of antique collector. He was loaded. So he kicks the bucket, he wills this house to her, along with some very nice collectibles.
Wait a minute, so she inherited the house? How's she able to keep up with the real estate? You're aware that in order to have a house of this size, you need to have a steady job, steady income, and enough money to actually keep up with the bills and everything. You know?
How'd you know this stuff?
Wikipedia.
You sit on a throne of lies.
So these 2 assholes are going to install a listening device on the house. No, there's all kinds of problems wrong with this plan. First problem, you don't need this. You can literally just go in and steal the damn star. Second, dumbass sends dumb assier to do it. How the hell were these 2 ever at any point in time successful robbers? So for some reason, they need it placed high up on the window, even though I'm pretty sure that they could just put it anywhere on the window. But they use this as an excuse to throw in a couple of fart jokes. Oh, is the greatest form of humor in the multiverse. You know, sometimes I think I should have taken that job reviewing food in Canterlot. Then I could just eat 1 bite, say it's horrible, and move on. And now the puppy's chewing on a toothbrush. This won't become relevant until 30 minutes from now. Maybe even longer. So they finally get the listening device in place, and that'll be relevant for about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes.
That's not funny. None of this is funny.
And you know what? It stopped being funny around the 40th time the dog barked at him and then he did something stupid. So these 2 are having a hard time believing that Zeus is still interfering with their lives, just like how I'm still having a hard time believing that Zeus is interfering with my life.
I told you, Ted.
I don't believe it.
I can't believe it either. I mean, using the same robbers for 4 movies in a row? So we cut over to later that night. Even though the establishing shot is clearly showing the house during the day. And he's talking on the phone to what sounds like a woman. Oh, this is important.
Oh my goodness, George, what are you wearing?
Like it? Bought it from Babs. Listen, Belinda, I was thinking since the kids are on the other side of the house, miles and miles away.
I know.
Listen, I know we've done this joke like 2 other times in 2 other reviews for 2 other movies in this franchise, but palm strike him. Now do it louder. That's great. I'm not the only one who thinks that, too. I mean, Belinda has this great big smile on her face as he goes down. That can't be a coincidence. I'm not the only one who likes seeing him in pain.
Come on.
So this scene goes on for too long. It makes me uncomfortable, it makes her uncomfortable, and they spill wine all over the bedsheet. Meanwhile, these two are listening in on the whole conversation and are probably as equally confused as everybody else watching the movie. Also, yeah, why is it day? Does the scene actually take place during the day? If that's the case, why does it look like they're getting ready for bed? Obviously. Clearly, we got a Citizen Kane going on right here. Also, the 2 dogs fight each other over who gets to clean it up. Cause, you know, the movie is trying to establish that they hate each other.
Father just decided to spill his, grape juice all over the bed.
You know, you could say wine, right? Instead of grape juice? Frankly, I don't see what the point of that is. I think they would have got what you meant if you said wine. It seems to me that you're just trying to coddle children into being overprotected. I mean, it's a little late for you to try to make this kid friendly. You already had a loan shark threaten to cut off 2 people's thumbs. Also, the puppy gets praised for trying to clean it up, and the whole exchange of words feels very forced and very misjointed in the rest of the script. Oh, but please, continue. You're doing a fantastic job conveying this. So then they go to the beach, I guess. And that's gonna be the scene for a little while. Also, these 2 have yet another awkward conversation because at this point I think they're trying to awkward me out of the movie theater. But then the beach scene ends, and they go back home.
And we want to know the real meaning of why we celebrate Christmas.
It's the birth of Jesus.
Lies! You know he was born in the summer and no one wants to admit it!
Tell me we don't have to go to church for the midnight service this year.
Ben, we go to church every Christmas Eve, and this year will be no different.
Well, that's just a load of horse shit! You did no such thing in the last 2 movies! You want to make shit up? That's fine, but have some goddamn continuity! So finally, we get a look at the star that What's-His-Face is after. And it's even less impressive than I was expecting. So George gives it the respect it deserves and places it on top of the tree all haphazard-like.
George, that's my Christmas sweater, okay? You gave it to me as a gift, and I quote, for my best friend. Shut the fuck up! I hate you, you know that? I really do.
So Aunt Barbara finds the listening device on her window, and I think, yeah, that lasted a little less than 20 minutes. So then we cut over to this house for no reason other than to put What's-Her-Face in the movie, and these kids are about as good as charades as the characters from Family Guy.
A jackal! Jackal! It's a jackal! It looks like a jackal! 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 It's a jackal! Jackal!
And this scene goes on for way longer than is necessary, but I'm just wondering why all these damn kids are here. The theories are as follows. She's part of some neighborhood association, or this is the bitch that they got to babysit all of the kids while everyone else is off shooting the actual movie. And this is just something that they brought back and decided to throw into the film anyway.
It's about George. He's acting really strange.
I'm sure it's his underwear. It's riding high on him. You know what? I have heard that it has caused brain damage in some people, and I'm sure it has for them.
I'll ask it again. Why do you keep this character? You hardly use her, and when you do use her, she's 100% unhelpful. In fact, she slows the plot down. You can let go of your kid actors every 2 years, but you can't get rid of her? And then we have a montage to represent a passage of time. Okay. So you remember that listening device that Barbara found on the window? Yeah, she thinks this guy planted it.
But I found this strategically placed outside my window.
Oh, wow. Strategically. That's a 3-syllable word. I'm amazed you know what that means. 4 writers. That's it. Let it all out. Just pretend it's the DVD to this movie. So the puppy and Zeus still are getting along because that plot device hasn't been stressed enough as the puppy proceeds to take all of Zeus's old jobs. Like finding slippers. Because that's so important, I guess. And then they go to the beach. Again! Because the first beach scene was just so good that they couldn't be contained in one scene.
Here we go.
But then things start getting out of hand when George can't find his bucket. I will fully admit that sometimes, due to various circumstances, my recollection of things is questionable. And this is not one of those times. There is legitimately a scene in this movie where these two start getting a bit heated towards one another because George can't find his bucket. I still question how these two got together and managed to have 2 children. Here's what I want to know. How come Zeus is tied to the chair, yet the puppy, oh no, the puppy can roam free? And it is at this moment that Zeus has decided that he's had enough of this puppy. Sadly, he doesn't kill her, but he does destroy that sand snowman in one of the worst edited shots I've ever seen in a movie.
I can't see. George, is that you?
The reasoning behind this is really stupid too. I think it's because while he's charging it, he haphazardly mentions that he gets sand in his eyes.
That took a long time to make.
You sit on a throne of lies.
So of course, everyone's pissed off about this and so upset that their sand snowman has been destroyed.
I'm sorry.
Even though someone was probably gonna come along later and kick it anyway. Heck, if I was there, I would have kicked him myself while they were watching. Absolutely. While they were watching. Then there's a scene where Blinda's still concerned that George is acting all weird, but at this point she too has started acting all weird. So now it's just a vicious cycle of let's all keep acting weird and maybe the movie will flow a little bit better, and oh my god, it's devolving into a mess. And you know what? It doesn't get any better from here. No, in fact, it actually gets a lot worse. You remember that those 2 robbers are actually supposed to be doing something in this movie? Yeah, well, one of them goes into the house to try and steal the star. And yes, it isn't the smart one, it's the dumb one who's going in. I also love that he just opens the freaking door and, like, it's not locked or anything. No, God forbid anyone lock the door. There's a little thing called locks. You put them on doors. And from what I can tell, no one in these goddamn movies are using anything of the sort. And you know what? This whole scene is executed very poorly with a lot of forced fart jokes and all this other crap that really doesn't need to be in the movie. And then he takes what seems like 9 hours to try and get the star off the top of the tree.
I can't reach it.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
But he accidentally knocks an ornament off the tree, and somehow everyone hears that, so he immediately runs out of the house. The next day, it's apparently Christmas morning, as stated by the title on the screen. They see the broken ornament on the ground and immediately blame the dog. They just immediately jump to the conclusion that it's the dog's fault. It feels really forced and really out of place. This scene's awkward. It's annoying. It pisses me off because there's no evidence to pin this on the dog. Yet here we are blaming it on the dog. It's lazy, it's forced, and it only works to further the script along in their forced story that they got going. Again, four writers. And the puppy shows up and they start praising that as being the angel of the movie. Also, totally pisses me off right the fuck out of nowhere. They bring up the toothbrush that I mentioned 5 hours ago. The script is just misjointed, it's a mess, it just makes for a great big ball of pain. It's very safe to say that this is one of the worst movie scripts I have ever seen executed. And yes, I've seen The Amazing Bulk. I can make that comparison. So I guess they decide that the toothbrush, oh, that's the last straw. Zeus is going out to the goat pen that they conveniently have on this massive estate. And he's gonna stay there all Christmas with no food or water. You know, you did this crap in the first movie too, and it wasn't any better then either. You all don't seem to understand that living beings require sustenance. This is the second time you've done this stunt. Again, 4 people wrote this. They even had a look at one of them. Jeffrey Schneck is known for making all of these fucking movies. Holy shit. This guy has produced more movies than I have washed my hair. So exactly where do you get off at shoveling out these terrible movies? I had a look at your first produced movie. It was awful. I'm still on that 4 writers thing, I know, but holy shit. 4 people wrote this? Useless, talentless assholes. By the way, Zeus ends up having a conversation with the goats. Oh, good. They can talk too. Because, you know, I was worried about that. Meanwhile, everyone is inside enjoying Christmas and having a wonderful time. And then that montage just ends like really quickly. Also, I love how he can just open the goddamn door to the goat pen as if it isn't even locked.
They can't really be having Christmas with...
Okay, I can only pick on the fact that nobody locks doors for so long until I run out of material, folks. So yeah, now Zeus is all depressed. Oh no. I feel so sorry for this terrible dog. By the way, it's a really good effect that he just goes back inside the goat pen. Good. Then there's a montage of them setting up Christmas decorations. Even though I'm pretty sure it's already Christmas Day, so it's a little late for that. But you know, we had to put this in because it's a very integral part of the plot of the movie. You see, these 2 characters. No. You tried to squeeze out every single last second so you could reach a feature-length finish line that's arbitrarily there. I've seen this before, and that's what you're doing.
I refuse to go along with this, and I've seen through all of your lies.
So then they're getting ready to go to church, but then they want to turn the lights on. Because, you know, it's such an integral part of the movie.
Moms and dads and doggies and me. We're gonna be the Christmassiest house this side of the universe, including Ned of Finnegan. Okay.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
No, and...
No! You stop it! You stop it right now! I hate that stupid drum roll. Whose idea was it? Are they still alive? Can we go find them? Because I fucking hate it. This movie is insulting people's intelligence enough. We don't need the pitter-patter of that just killing our brain cells while we're at it. Also, the lights don't work. It's a great Christmas tragedy. So they all decide to go to church because they do that now, apparently. even though there was zero evidence to suggest that they ever did that ever in the past 3 movies. It really feels like someone's trying to force something here, just a little bit, not gonna lie. Anyway, the robbers use this as an opportunity to actually move in. And by the way, I do mean robbers this time. And it's also worth noting that dumbass has a device that supposedly drives the dogs nuts with sound, but don't worry, it doesn't frickin' work. That's not spoilers. I just feel that it's barely a plot device that it even deserves being credited in this review. Anyway, while this is happening, Zeus calls the puppy over, and yes, the puppy is somehow able to get out of the house, and Zeus is announcing that he's running away. And the world rejoiced as he was hopefully hit by a car. Yeah, that's right, get out of here, Zeus. Yeah, don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. Or, better yet, do. I don't like this character. I'd say that we should throw him down a well, but I like dogs, so... Yeah, that seems a bit cruel. Just stop making these! End my suffering! End his suffering! Anyway, asshole family gets to the front of the church, but it's at this part of the movie that Blinda has had enough.
Come on, just come clean, George.
What do you mean?
Oh, the texting and the secret phone calls.
Belinda, there's no secret phone calls, texting. I don't know any about... Okay, here it is. Sarah is a friend.
Oh, a friend?
Yeah.
Well, George, that is very hard to believe when all of us know that you don't have any friends.
Not working. It's not what you think, okay? Trust me.
Okay, you want me to trust you? Then let me see your phone.
I don't ask you for your phone.
Why won't you give me your phone?
No, this is my business.
George,
I don't
you are
check your phone.
obviously hiding something from me. This is not the time to be hiding things from me, George. Have you once thought about how I might feel right now?
Yes,
I am very full all the time. My feet are swollen. Oh my God!
Shut the fuck up!
I've been saving that clip. So, now the door is locked, and they decide they're gonna pick it with a credit card? Oh, you're trying to set me off now, aren't you? So the stupid puppy is 100% ineffective at stopping these two. Because, you know, that would get the movie finished faster. No, the movie can't end yet. We need another scene of these two arguing, which is exactly what we get immediately afterward. There's also this montage from like the last few movies, just trying to make you feel bad for Zeus, but it isn't working. Because you see, I happen to know that dogs have an attention span of about 2 minutes, so there's no way he would have remembered anything from 3 movies ago. And the only reason I even bring it up is because of the unfathomably lazy execution of literally, the next scene he just comes back. By the way, this. I'm starting up an animal cruelty petition because I've been triggered. Now there's like 2 minutes of banter for these two figuring out how they're gonna get the star off the top of the tree. Because, you know, they got so many ways to get the star off the tree. And Zeus knocks this guy over. The other one doesn't notice somehow. Also doesn't notice the dog barking. Doesn't really notice much at all, really.
Hi, boys. Miss me?
It's Zeus! It's Zeus! It's Zeus! Let's get him! Get up!
Oh, are you sure? Are you sure it's Zeus? You absolutely sure it's Zeus? I don't know if you said it enough times to confirm whether or not it's Zeus. I'm not entirely convinced yet. And this fucking dog also had time to set up a tennis ball trap and somehow had all of these tennis balls. Not that tennis balls would even be an effective Home Alone trap anyway! And then Zeus calls the police! Because fuck logic at this point. Dogs can totally do that.
This is an emergency. Hello? Nothing says Merry Christmas like a SWAT team.
I'm so done with this. I'm just so completely done with this movie. What even is this stupid movie? When's it gonna be over? And like 30 seconds later, they catch Zeus in a net.
That I just found!
So then they'll have both dogs with the muzzles and the tights and the chairs and... My brain cells are dying, okay? Thankfully, they're not dead enough yet to be able to tell you that this next bit is an incredibly stupid idea. These two assholes have come up with a brilliant plan to try and lasso the star down from the top of the tree.
I'm sorry I didn't treat you.
Just pull it down! Just fucking knock the tree over and take it! I just want this to be over! So Midnight shows up, and they didn't meet Tony at the place where they said they'd meet, so then Tony decides he's gonna go over there and do it himself. I suppose I should ask the question of why did you just do that in the first place, but oh well. So then by pulling on some ropes, they end up getting free, and the muzzles are... The muzzles are just gone. Okay, the muzzles are just gone. So then, believe it or not, dumbass here comes up with the brilliant idea to just shake the tree down. It's up there haphazardly anyway, and it'll just fall down. And this actually works. The dumber one came up with the better idea, okay? 4 people wrote this. 4 people also wrote this. The 2 dogs come up with this brilliant idea that involves a sink, shampoo, a rubber duck, and actually all of this is pointless later.
Not quite.
I don't know why they're doing this. Honestly, I completely forgot about this part of the movie. What? Why are they doing this? They just end up putting on these stupid reindeer antler things and barking at him a bunch. This is also the part of the movie where he uses that dog ear thing, and I mentioned it doesn't work because it doesn't. 30 seconds later, Tony and his 2 friends walk in the blatantly open door and whack them over the head. And you know what? It's about time somebody hit him because I was about to start hitting myself.
This thing is a fugazi.
What?
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 It's fake. Forget about it. These things are made out of glass somewhere in China.
But that can't be.
No, can be. So much for legends. Guess we're gonna have to
And the whole plot twist is that the whole damn thing is fake. Wow. Yeah, great.
Hold on.
Zeus, with his apparently incredible dog strength, knocks over the Christmas tree and it falls on these 3. And then they're stuck underneath the Christmas tree that they could easily pick up. And these 2 end up running away as the cops actually respond to the dog barking into the telephone. I'm so done with this movie reviewing thing. So instead of taking dumbass and dumbass here, they're gonna settle for these 3 instead. Yeah, that's great. At least they're making their quota, huh?
I never saw these guys before.
I don't believe it. What? Tony Rowe and his goons are gonna take the fall. They're gonna take the rap. Means what? We're free. No more Tony Rowe. No more debt we owe anybody. We can finally go where we always talked about going.
The Vatican?
Oh, you idiot. Miami.
Well, that's good. You could go to Miami, and these people can stop making fucking movies. And then the dog gets credited with saving Christmas. Oh, good. This is what, the 3rd fucking time? Also, what's her face who George was texting showed up. She's a jeweler because George was trying to find a ring. Why?
Theodora Bannister, will you marry me again?
Smart and rational people would say no.
Yes, of course I will marry you again, George Bannister.
She's not smart and rational, much like everyone else in this movie. And look, Aunt Barbara got all the Christmas lights working. Oh, how underwhelming. And then by some stupid event, these 2 hook up with one another. I think. I don't know. The movie's over, so I got my Christmas wish. And the movie ends as dumbass and dumbassier look out at the sunrise over the horizon. So that's The Dog Who Saved the Holidays. It's a movie made by cheap, lying, no good, rotten, four-flushing, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, sparty-lipped, grim-headed sacks of monkey shit. I have never wanted a movie to be over faster than this movie. I'm serious on that. This movie just drags on and on and on. It is so slow. It is so misjointed. It is so poorly written. And they had 4 people writing it. And you know what? I think that's where the movie went wrong. They had 4 people, which is too many to bounce ideas off of, who all wanted to do their idea, so they ended up just colliding them together in a huge hodgepodge, and it ended up a mess. The acting is inexcusable. The writing is inexcusable. Some of the actions the characters take are inexcusable. And the whole movie just adds up to one great big unexcusable pile of shite. Shite that people are apparently so captivated by that they keep buying enough of them to warrant another movie. And you know what? It's sad because it's just sad that people keep buying it. And at this point, we're too deep to give up on reviewing the rest of them, which also is very, very sad. My name is Hunter, and this has been a Hunter Review. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go and find some way to actually enjoy the holidays over in my universe, not in your universe, where everything's gonna go to shit. I really don't envy you guys. But I do welcome you to Hunter Reviews Season 2.
Found this strategically placed outside my window.